Hi guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday for April 1st, 2015. Tonight I'm going to drink one of my virgin ales, so let's crack her open. Nice hiss, a bit of smoke there. Poured up real nice. It's got a nice steady stream of carbonation. It's pretty clear. I did get a little bit of the yeast in it when I poured it, looks like. But yeah, looks like it's much better carbonated now. Yep, it's really good beer. Cheers, guys. So this week I didn't have any plans to brew, but when I went to the grocery store over the weekend, it was actually Sunday afternoon, I run across a really good deal. So let me show you some footage from my brewing from the weekend. I was at the store today and I found this killer deal on bananas. $5 for 40 pounds. As you can tell, they're a little overripe, but that'll be great for making wine. So I got enough bananas here to make 2 batches of wine, so we're going to throw those together. So let's get started. So the first stage, we're just going to put some baking soda in some cool water. Just shake a little bit in there. And then we're going to put the bananas in there. And we'll take a vegetable peeler and wash the skin really well, just to make sure there's no pesticides on it. So we'll go ahead and do that with all the bananas, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so after the bananas are washed and rinsed, we go ahead and chop them up. As you can see, we leave the ends off. We don't want to put the ends in. We just chop them up into hunks and throw them into a pan. I've got 2.5 gallons of water in here. That's half the batch. And then I'm going to do the other 2.5 gallons in that pan over there. Then you just take your knife and coarsely chop the bananas up and throw them into your pot. Okay, now we've got them all chopped up. Show you what we do now. We got our bag. We've tied the top of our bag with some string, and we put it on the stove to start to boil. So we're going to bring it up to a boil. And once it reaches a boil, we're going to turn the heat down to a simmer, and we're going to simmer it for 30 minutes. So once the simmer's over, then we'll come back. Okay, so we've got 5 minutes left in our boil. Remember, this is only half the batch now. So I'm going to add 5 pounds of sugar. I've got 5 pounds of sugar here measured out. And we're going to dump 5 pounds in this batch for the last 5 minutes, just to kind of sterilize it. And then we'll dump 5 pounds of sugar in the in the other batch I got going in the other pan. And we'll stir that up good, and then once we reach our time limit, we will turn it off and let it start to cool. Okay, and here's our other pot. We'll go ahead and add the 5 pounds of sugar into this pot. So we got 10 pounds of sugar total. We will take a reading after this cools down, probably tomorrow. We'll rinse that out. And now we'll just let her cool down a little bit. Okay, and then once it's cooled down some, we'll go ahead and pour it in there. As you can see, it's kind of a gray, like dishwater, yucky dishwater color. That's the way it's supposed to look. It's still warm, but it's cooled down enough that we can get it in our fermenter. So we just dump it down in there. Okay, and now to that we're going to add 5 tablespoons of acid blend. And we're going to add 2 tablespoons of yeast nutrient. And we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of wine tannin. You could also use a strong black tea for this instead of the tannin, because there's a lot of tannins in tea. So we'll add 1.5 teaspoons of tannin. And we'll also add 1/2 teaspoon of potassium metabisulfite, just to kill anything that happens to be left in there. There shouldn't be, but just to be on the safe side. And then we're going to add 2 cans of white grape juice concentrate. You can use either the white grape concentrate, or you can use 5 pounds of raisins. I choose the concentrate because it's cheaper and it works just as well. And there's the gooky mess that you're left with. You'll just toss the bananas and the skins out. And now we'll just stir that up. Okay, so we'll give it a good stir here. Okay, and then we'll just throw our lid on there with our airlock, and we'll let it sit till tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day, and here's the batch A of the banana wine. The hydrometer reading's at 1.110 on this guy. Okay, so in batch A of the banana wine, we're going to pitch Montrachet yeast. So we'll go ahead and sprinkle that in on top now. Just kind of sprinkle it evenly over the top. And then we'll just cover up our fermenters and we'll let it ferment. Okay, so this is batch B. The hydrometer reading's right at 1.1. So in batch B, we're going to go ahead and sprinkle in our champagne yeast. So we'll just sprinkle it on the top here. So yeah, that was a bit of an unexpected surprise, but I got 10 gallons of banana wine on the go now because it was so cheap I just couldn't pass it up. $5 for 40 pounds of bananas. Wow, what a deal, you know. I just pitched the yeast late last night. I have no signs of fermentation in my airlocks as of yet. We'll give it until tomorrow afternoon, and hopefully by then we'll see some activity going. I'd like to wish everyone a happy Easter this coming weekend. I hope you get to enjoy time with family and friends. Cheers to that. And enjoy a homebrew over the weekend also. Okay guys, that's really about all I have for this week. I hope you enjoyed. I'll keep you updated on the wine as it progresses through its stages. So until next time, remember, there's always time for a glass of wine. Cheers.